Hey everybody, this is David at Barnyard Bees. What I'm doing this morning, I'm going out and I'm going through the colonies, checking where the virgin queens and queen cells were, checking, make sure that we got a returning queen, make sure that they're laying. We got an overcast. It's about 8:30, June the 3rd. We're in early June, so that a lot of the splits that we've done a couple weeks ago are really well. Actually, these are about, some of these are 3 or 4 weeks old. Some of these that are highly populated. We'd done some 2 weeks ago with the queen cell, or a week ago. Was it a week ago? See, I've done lost track. And we've got some rain yesterday. As you can see, the garden up there, our corn is really growing good. The potatoes, everything's looking good. It's gonna be warm. It's, like I said, it's hazy out, and some of the bees are a little bit grouchy. This little bunch right here, they is pretty angry, so I had to step back, let them calm down. And up until that point, I was fine. And something to give you a little heads up about when it comes to bees. It only takes one hive to be grouchy and to give you a few stings to make the other hives react that wouldn't have got you or wouldn't have stung you to begin with, but now you got that pheromone on you from 2 or 3 stings. And so I skipped a hive, come down here, the very next hive down here, and it's grumpy. So I had to back off of it, come back up here. This is usually not typical, but this overcast, I'm telling you, the overcast and the rain that we had yesterday, the bees wasn't flying good yet. Just a little heads up, but I'm in a time crunch. We're trying to hurry, got a lot of things to get done. So I couldn't wait on the overcast to go away. And of course I'm gonna pay the price for it a little bit. That's how it goes. And this high quality bee suit I have on isn't all what it cut up to be. It seems like some reason they sting right through this bee suit I got on. I do have a nice quality veil on, but for some reason they seem to get through the rest of it. Joke, just in case some of you think I'm serious. So anyway, what we're doing, so far so good. What I've went through looks very good. There's not a lot of capped brood. There's mostly, with a lot of these new splits, there's a lot of eggs. And of course that's typical, because last week when I went through these colonies, I either just found the virgin queen or didn't find her at all, and she was probably out on a mating flight. So far what I've went through, the queen's back, she's laying good. And let's see if we can get this colony picked up right here, one-handed. I saw some eggs here, didn't spot the queen yet, but remember, when you're going through a colony and you see fresh eggs sticking straight out, and some of them to a lean a little bit, some of them that was laid probably yesterday, you don't have to find the queen. Just look for that, and got a good population going here. This colony is going to do very good. And what I'll do, I'll grow it out and let them crowd, and then they'll make some good quality swarm cells, and then we'll probably cut those swarm cells out and do some more splits. Now as time goes on, remember, early in spring is like the best time of the year, and as time goes on, it's going to get harder and harder. I mean, it's still early, it's still good. It's good, still good times to make splits and increase your bees. But as you get up into July and August, and we even do splits in September, because we try to increase our numbers going through into the winter. But the chances and your success rate are lower and lower each time. And for the new beekeeper, look, I advise that a lot of you do this method where you just overcrowd your colonies and keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them, overcrowd them, let them make good quality swarm cells. And look, been hearing a lot of comments about people not pulling out queen cells, swarm cells, because in their genetics that's going to cause them to swarm more. Look, folks, this is already in their genetics. This is how bees work. Bees are like that. That's how they survive. If a colony didn't have in their genetics to swarm after they got crowded, then that's not a good thing for them, because they're going to starve out and die through the winter. They can't do that. They can expand, but sometimes, a lot of times they're limited as far as that goes too. They're limited as far as what they can expand. Same way in the wild. I mean, you have a hollow cavity in the tree that the bees are overcrowding. Well, what do you think their next step is? If they don't swarm and their population gets up to a certain point, what should they do? Just queen stop laying? That don't make sense. Think about that, because I've heard a lot of comments about people not using swarm cells because it's going to genetically make their bees want to swarm. That's not true. That's in their genetic code anyway. That's how bees operate. That's how they work. They build up. When they get overcrowded, they will expand. That's with anything. That's pretty much with anything. Even ants in the ground, migrate to different colonies and build different colonies. That's how bees work. So, just a few little tips from Barnyard Bees, and wanted to show you our activity here in the yard. And hopefully, me burning a little bit of time here and the sun coming out, these bees will calm down a little bit. But another little tip to give you while I'm thinking of it. If you do take some stings, or you got your bee suit on and they're stinging the bee suit, but they're getting worse and worse, the best thing to do at times like that, especially if you're not using a bee suit, go up to your house, change your clothes, and in between changing your clothes, get you a rag and douse it down with rubbing alcohol and rub your skin down with it. Come back and you would have thought these bees are not the same bees you just walked away from that was stinging you. Trust me, believe me, I've done this so many times. It's aggravating to have to stop and go up to the house and change clothes and rub down with alcohol, but it works. It covers up the pheromone. It may not cover up 100% of it, but it works enough to where you'll see a big difference when you come down and those grouchy bees that was grouchy when you left, for some reason have a whole different mindset. That's because the pheromones are not coming off your body into the hive as soon as you pop the top off. So just another little tip from Barnyard Bees, folks. Don't forget, please like and subscribe. Click on the little bell. Thanks for watching. Barnyard Bees.